Yes, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to episode 11 of Joint Endeavours. We've had a lot going on. I've currently been on a dry back. I wanted to really leave them before we switch over to the full flowering nutrients. It's been 10 days now since they've been flipped, so it's day 10 flower. Been slowly feeding them just BioGrow and a little bit of the Radical Grow by Monkey Soil. But now we're going to fully switch over to the BioBizz full schedule. So we've got the Bio Heaven plus the flower, plus the Top Max and plus the bloom. We moved a couple of plants to different locations, so we've got a bit of space in the tents. Now we can move the clones around, pick an ideal space for them, and then we can get them repotted and take more clones. We've had a couple of days off filming, so it's been a while since my last upload. Hopefully this one should fill you in on what we've been up to recently. So let's get into the plants and see where they're up to.
Alright gardeners, so the plants are rocking. Height's back, green's good, curling's minimal, and we don't have any more of these Tim Burton curly tips. So the old ones have still got them, you can see underneath a little bit of curling, but every single one of the new growth is looking good. We've also got the topped heads here now, so we've got 2 heads that are coming up rather than 1, so that's great for canopy management. All of this is starting to fill out. This leaf curling here is slowly sorting itself out in the top of the new growth. So everything's starting to fill out. Today we're going to maintain this tent. We're going to cut everything down underneath here and totally strip this out so we can get ready for flower on the 1st of September. We also need to add extra worm castings and also give these plants a feed. And once we get everything stripped out of here, this will look nice and fresh, clean, and then once all the leaves and all the dead wood is chopped, then we'll give it another spray with the Athena IPW. We also need to make sure we give this a good defoliation, and maybe we're going to train some of these branches down a little bit, or maybe we'll take some clones. I might cut them off just to level them all out so that everything is at the same level. If you can see, these 2 plants are a little bit higher than this one, so maybe I'll raise this pot up just a little bit to match the top of the other 2. But either way, we don't want one plant being higher than the others, so we just need to make sure that we get the canopy at the right form. Maybe we could cut a few of these down, or maybe we could take some clones, or maybe we could just train them and bend them down so that they're in. Overall, I think I might put another scrog net in here as well, so that should level everything out. Come around this side as well, you can see all underneath here as well. That'll have a nice little clean up. Strip all these dead leaves from underneath here. There's quite a lot under there as well. But overall, everything's good. We've got a strong, healthy canopy. Got some nice green leaves. So this is a good foundation for us to start a flower on. Once we've got everything else sorted with this, we can then clean up the tent and then switch the light cycle to flower. So we're down in the clone dome. Cupboard grows looking good. Mars T5s, LED lights here. All the clones are looking decent. Still a little bit of deficiency on this blue cheese, but everything else is looking good. These two have coming up fine now. The candy gas has clearly got some roots, so that did pull through, that survived. Really happy about that, because I honestly didn't think the candy gas was going to make it. If you skip back to the previous episodes, and you can see when we made the clone of the candy gas, the amount of roots that was there was barely any. But now it's looking good, so I'm happy with that. That's definitely a good turnout. I didn't think I'd have any candy gas clones, so happy days. In the back there as well, we've got the original PMZ kicking. We've got all the pink milks, FX3, we've got chicken and waffles in there. What else do we have? PMZ2, we've got PMZ1, dark sunset, and hella jelly. So everything's rocking in there. The backed up clones done the jobs.
Right, so we're on it. We're popping new beans. We've got to put some new seeds in the ground. We've had some suggestions from some of my friends at the other location. So we've gone through a few of these seeds now. Some of them are good, some of them are alright, some of them we've just not gone through enough of the pack yet. But the ones that have been standing out overall, this was a banger by the way, but we're not doing this one. The ones that we're going to do is a version of chicken and waffles, the second seed. As you can see, we've already done one, we've got two left. So we're going to do Pheno 2 of the chicken and waffles, and we're going to do the last PMZ. Now, this is from Doja, from Vegas. It's the permanent marker, cross Kush Mints, cross with Skittles, cross with the Z. So we've got the PMZ1, PMZ2, and now this is the third one. So we're going to get that done as well. See what we can get. PMZ3. So we've still got quite a lot of seeds here. We're slowly getting through them. If you want to go back to one of my previous episodes, I've got an episode there when I pretty much go through all of my seeds, but there was a few that I didn't manage to get around, like these ones from Humboldt. These was kind of difficult to get hold of, and there was a limited edition. As you can see, these are 121 of 280, and that's 124 of 280. So there was only 280 packs of these seeds. Ed Rosenval's Super Gas. So it's all gas OG crossed with Ed Rosenval's Super Bud, which obviously is pretty decent, but these are regular seeds, so I thought I'd get 2 packs of them. And some of the size of the seeds in this are absolutely massive. Some of them huge beans. So I need to get through some of them as well. I need to start popping regular seeds, I think, because ultimately I think you get a stronger phenotype from the regular seeds. But I mean, a lot of these feminized seeds are still good to go here. This gelato cross face off. So a lot of these were freebies. Didn't manage to get through. What's these ones? Grease Monkeys, 5-pack. 5-pack there. So many. I really want to get another one of these out as well. The Cookies Lemon Cherry Sherbet. I did try one of these and it died. So that's one that's on my case. And what's this one as well? The Trike Beast from Soulfi. I haven't done any of these yet. So need to get on them as well. So many seeds, not enough time. But today we're going to do chicken and waffles, and we're going to do PMZ3. We'll get some soil in there, and then we'll get the seeds in, mist up the domes, and hopefully in a couple of days those seeds should be sorted. You're not even going to believe it. I've just had this up on the stand here. I've pressed record, but I've actually stopped myself recording, so I didn't even record putting it in there. But guys, I've just put the seeds in, the chicken and waffles. That was a number 2. As you can see, I've only got one left now, and this one was the PMZ, which is totally empty. So yeah, I just didn't press record, but they are in the soil, and now we're going to continue with the rest of the stuff. All right, so we're getting the new seeds in. We've got the Humboldts, we've got the PMZ3, and we've got Humboldt's chicken and waffles. If you just put in a little bit of BioBizz light mix there, not too much, just covered them up, put a little bit of water in there, splashed it with some pH around 6, put the domes on, and that's it for our little seedlings. Now we've got the seeds in the soil, just give them a little spray of the water. So then that'll make sure that the dome stays nice and moist. The last time I did this, I soaked the soil because I was going away to Florida for 10 days. So I didn't know if the soil would stay wet or not. This time around, we can actually keep an eye on these ones and make sure that they get the right amount of water at the correct time. So last time we did the seeds, they ended up looking a little bit stunted, but hopefully this time these ones should turn out a little bit more normal and they should grow at a regular rate. The only reason why they were stunted last time was because we soaked the soil too much and the roots didn't really have anywhere to go. Plus the fact that these domes stayed on for 7 days plus. Anything over 7 days, it's not really ideal because the leaf doesn't really enjoy it. What needs to happen is the second you see that sprout come up and those leaves open and everything's dropped off, then you can take the dome off. If there's a little seed hanging off it or a shell or something just clinging to the side, maybe spray it a little bit and keep the dome on. We keep it moist until everything falls off. But once you have the 2 perfect leaves coming up, it's definitely time to take off the domes. That's where we messed up last time. But hopefully this time we'll make sure that these come up perfect and there's no stunted seeds whatsoever. So boom, chicken and waffles number 2 and PMZ3 is in rotation. Give that a week and these should be up and rocking and super happy little sprouts. Also a little update on the PMZ2 clone. That's bounced back now, looking absolutely fine. Queen of the South is kicking, looking amazing. And that's the original Candy Gas mother. So we're going to keep that one around for a little bit. I think what we're going to do in the next couple of weeks is maybe trim these down and cut them all up into clones. Ultimately we need to save space and I won't have time to be flowering these plants right now, but we definitely want to keep the genetics alive and I definitely need to keep a couple of clones so I can pass them around to the people I work with and obviously the people that matter to me the most. That's what it's all about really. We want to share these clones with everybody so that one day maybe if something doesn't quite work out our way, we've always got a backup. It's not easy in the space that I've got here right now, so handing out clones to people, donating them, giving them away, it's always a little backup and a bit of a security measure that I use because obviously we need to keep these clones around, but I don't always have space for them, so giving them to other people is the best way to do that. And obviously we can teach other people in the community as well, so I give these clones to my friend, I teach them how to clone, and then they can ultimately send me a clone back, and we do all this for free. That's the best part about working with a lot of people in an area where the laws are a little bit more relaxed. You can experiment with these and you can learn your techniques and hone the craft. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to pass a few of these out to the community and see how they get on. Maybe someone can produce better cannabis than I can. Who knows? And it's all about environment and it's about strains, and maybe people are using different organic products than I am. Maybe some people are using synthetic products, and it's all cool to see how it turns out. But overall, I love the fact that I send my clones out there to the world and they create a story and people come back to me and they say that they're great strains and they appreciate it. So that's what it's about. We've got to give back to the community, but make sure everybody's learning at the same time and make sure that everything stays healthy and alive.
Right, so it's the day after. As you can see here in the tents now, everything's looking a little bit more greener. Those branches at the back there, we bent those over and then we ended up topping a couple of these as well, so you can see they're doing much better. Seems like they're a little bit lighter green, but I did give them 3 litres of feed, which was 4 mil per litre of BioBizz. Checking out underneath here, so it's the day after, of course. Yesterday we stripped everything out of here, so it's all looking nice and fresh. We've got the perfect bones there to start off a new flowering run. Canopy's looking good. We've still got a bit more light penetration there, so the canopy's not too thick. You can check out here as well. We'll go around the other side and you can see that yesterday, just after I stopped filming, I actually checked out here some of these branches and we wanted to bend them over, but I snapped one of the branches, as we can see right there. So I was using this clip and the branch snapped, so I managed to stick it back real quick and add another clip. I also added another green clip here as well, but I realized you can't really see the green clips, so I started to use the red clips. As you can see, most of this now has kind of kept those higher branches down, so everything's right at the canopy level now. Those little clips are perfect and it really has brought the canopy down to a perfect level. Underneath as well, everything's looking clean and fresh. There's definitely no more bugs hitting with a little bit of dead leaf there.
But there's no more bugs, everything's clean. I'm going to give this another blast of the Athena IPW this evening, and that should be good to go. We'll just make sure we take care of that cut there, that snapped branch, but it's looking healthy at the top, so I don't think the branch has died. We'll just leave these on autopilot now for the next couple of days, and they should be ready to flip around the 1st of September. We've got the light on 40% here, so everything's looking good. Really happy the plants have turned out perfectly just in time. Alright, so we're back with the worm castings. Now these have got a lot of beneficial microbes, and these are really good for switching to flower. These plants are now going to receive different amounts of NPK ratios as we're going to be heading into the flower stage. They're going to demand different types of nutrients. So we need to make sure that we add enough of these worm castings to each pot in order to transition to that next phase of flowering. Overall, I think we're going to need around 15 to 20 teaspoons per plant, per pot. So I'm going to get this little pot here, and then we're going to fill up 15 scoops and divide those out amongst each pot. So we're back in the 3x3. Worm castings have kicked in, everything's looking good. We're still just waiting for the delivery for the BioGrow flower schedule. So once that comes through, we'll start using this, but for now we're still giving it straight grow, but we have switched the lights to 12-12. Now that the plants are getting a longer dark cycle, the hormones will change inside the plant, and that'll make it produce flowers and obviously create the pistils and the buds and the hairs. So what we need to do is make sure that the plants don't get deficient, and hopefully this delivery arrives just in time. Once the delivery arrives, we'll switch out the BioGrow and then we'll start using the bloom nutrients as well. That should give it a nice little transition into the flower period and hopefully produce a decent harvest. Now that the plants are at a good level, we're going to start switching this light up. We're going to go up a couple of percent every single day, maybe 5 or 10% roughly over the week, giving the plant enough power, and hopefully towards the end of harvest, this light's maxed out. So, plants are looking good now. It's September 10th. Like I just said, I'm giving them a bit of a dry back phase before we hit them with the first lot of bloom nutrients. So that should mean that they'll absorb a lot more of these different ratios of NPK. A lot of the curling has gone in these leaves now, and the blue cheese is just about showing tiny little flowers, as you can see there. So it's all looking pretty good, everything's on the way. We've given it a good trim down underneath here now, so that's all clean. Good little pre-flower trim. Once we hit this with the full BioGrow schedule, it should start changing. Now I know obviously it's within a week or two that the hormones start changing and it starts to flower, so we can see slowly here now that a lot of these flowers are just coming in, which is a good sign. Everything's looking healthy. I give it a good strip through as well, so you can see quite through the canopy there. There's a lot of light penetration, so I had to make sure the defoliation's been on point, so I've been on top of that. That looks good. Just got to maintain these now for another 9 weeks and we should have a nice little harvest. Update into the cupboard grow. So these are most of the clones that come out of the domes, and a couple of episodes ago they're all fully rooted now. Everything's looking good in there. I've given a couple of clones to my friends and some other people have taken some as well, so it's good to keep the genetics alive and pass them around in the community, so I'm happy about that. These are the new seeds that we've got. This is the chicken and waffles, and this is the PMZ3. So this is not looking good at all. It looks like it's a bit stressed out maybe, or maybe the seed's old, or maybe there's just too much nutrients in that soil, but I mean it's just whatever came with it, so I'm not sure what happened. So yeah, I call these the eagle wings, and it just means it's been a little bit stressed out, maybe dry or burnt or whatever. But chicken and waffles is looking good, and we'll just see how this turns out. It should kind of grow out hopefully, but we'll see how it goes. So that's a good little update. Everything's rocking, everything's looking healthy. This is the Panty Punch by Seed Stockers. This is a clone that I've taken. There was another PMZ1 clone in here as well, but I've now given that to one of my other friends, so we'll see how he gets on with that. Everything else is looking good. Update with the clones. These plants are looking sweet now. They're probably dying for a repot, to be honest, but everything's kind of looking good. I think I will get me some bigger pots and amend them. The delivery came with a new BioBizz schedule, so this is the BioGrow. I've already been using that through veg, so we know that's decent. The BioBloom, I used this stuff last season. This definitely works. And then we've got the Top Max as well, which obviously just pushes it through and makes it a bit more easier for all the nutrients. This is the root juice. Never used this stuff before, but we're going to go with the whole BioBizz schedule, so I'm just going to follow it exactly what it says. I'm currently using BioBizz Light Mix, so with the Light Mix you have to use a little bit more than you would do if you was using the All Mix. So All Mix and Light Mix, not the same. All Mix has got a bit more nutrients in it, and that one's got a little bit less in it, but I use a lot of clones and stuff as well, so I wanted to go with more of a lighter soil. So we've got all this root juice here, amino humic acids, and there's one more here as well, which is called the BioHeaven amino acids. So BioHeaven as well is obviously making everything else kind of a bit more healthier in the soil, while these two are giving it the boost of the NPK ratio.
We've got our bubbled water right here, so everything's bubbling. We've got no chlorine in there. We're going to make sure that we do the right ratio of this. I'm just going to follow it as it looks on the BioBizz feeding chart. You can check that out online. I'll put a copy of that up on the screen right now, and then just screenshot it and you can have a look and see what's going on. So let's get these mixed. Right, so we've got the new BioBizz schedule, feeding nutrients here. We also got some promotional stuff as well. That makes sense, a little feeder, but I have no idea what that is. It's just a piece of wood. I don't know if you'd stick it in the pot, because like when you stick wood stuff in it, it ends up going damp and mouldy, so I assume it is to stick it in your pot, but just to let everybody know that you're using BioBizz. I'm not sure, but yeah, feeding chart would have been good. Like I said, we've got it all written down here, so we know what we need. So technically now it's the 10th of September, so obviously we're in week 2. I didn't give them week 1, they've already been in flower for 10 days, but I haven't given them this, they've just been on straight grow. Because obviously I was waiting for the delivery. So we'll just start them on week 2 anyway. So it's 2 mil of BioGrow. Let's see what else we've got here. 2 mil of right, yeah, that proper confused me. And so yeah, we've got 2 mil of BioGrow, 2 mil of BioBloom, 1 mil of Top Max and 2 mil of BioHeaven. So I reckon this little BioBizz dripper here will do. So first one, BioGrow. We've got a new one here that came with this set, but we'll put that aside and we'll just keep using the older one. So this is per litre and this is an 8 litre jug. So we need 16 mil first. So that's 8 plus 8, 2 of these. And we need the same, this one, BioBloom, 2 mil per litre, so 8, 16, 8 mil, 2 of these basically. One mil of Top Max per litre, so it's 8 litres, so again we just need to fill this 8 mil. And 2 mil of BioHeaven, so again that's 16 mil, 2 of these. Shall we give this a good shake? And hopefully, because we're using all BioBizz products, this should neutralise the pH and make it perfect. So we'll know if we've not put the right amount in. So that's just coming up to 6.4. 6.5. So yeah, maybe we'll just put in a little bit more. So we'll put in a little bit of pH down. Should just bring it back down just by a point or two. So yeah, that'll do. As long as it's within the range of 6 and 6.5, usually with organics is a good buffer, so it's not too intense. Should be alright for the plants. Now we'll get this upstairs, take the watering can, and let's go and sort out the plants. Right, so we give them 2 litres each, 1 litre in the top and 1 litre at the bottom. We're just going to do this last one here so I can actually show you. We can zoom it in a little bit. What we do is just pour it all over the top like we did with the first one. And then we'll do a bottom feed as well, so we're getting 1 in the top and 1 in the bottom. Fill this up as much as we can, just to the rim. And we don't want to overflow it. But we'll fill it to the rim, see how much you can fit in. Looks like it's about it. And then the rest, just go back on top of it. Not too much. Sorted. And then we wait for that to sink in.
Alright fam, it's an absolute roaster. We're scorching here. Got some new stuff to be potted for the next episode, and we're also going to get back to you with some new clones. But that's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Joint Endeavours. Peace out.